Holy fuck, I'm sick. I'm so good. Oh.
Enemy's turn to pick.
Hey man, what's up?
Hey, Draskyl, what's up, dude?
How you doing? How you doing? How are your games?
I just played one so far.
Okay, how'd it go?
The randomizer gave me Ursa today.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think Ursa is... No, my trust! It's been betrayed!
Maledict cannot place debuff on spell immune. Stop stealing the damage per second. Wait, okay, I'm picking. The burst damage pierces spell immunity. Okay, got it. Yes, hi Draskyl. How's your stream going?
Not bad, not bad. I just had a pretty nice Lush game, but yeah, you said you needed some assistance, so here I am.
Yeah, I'd love that. Thank you. So I'm playing Ursa today, and I guess what crops up again is item order. So
Okay.
I've identified from the top level play items from the high MMR Dota 2 Pro Tracker 2 itineraries. You open up with Wraithband, Face Boots, and Diffusal. If you want to do more teamfight, hunt, PvP type of playstyle.
Yep.
And you go for the Power Treads Battle Fury if you're doing more farming.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty much the two cookie cutter builds right now. There's not much deviation from those. It's like you said, you just want to decide, do I want to actually go play with my team, or do I actually want to just hit as many creeps as possible? And normally the way that you can decide that is by, you know, looking at your other heroes, because Ursa is also the type who can control tempo by doing things like taking Roche. So if you want to fight and establish some sort of map control by having Diffusal, normally having that item means that you want to prioritize Roche a lot more. When you have Battle Fury, you can actually farm for a pretty long time, and Ursa actually scales very, very well into the super late game, because you have your Enrage from the Shard, you have your ultimate, and the sustain on this hero becomes pretty ridiculous. So unless they have some, you know, Doom type spell that's going to prevent you from casting your spells, you don't feel too bad about going late. And this one in particular, since you're against Pugna, Ricky, and Huskar, these are all kind of tough for you in particular. So I would recommend, if you're going to be going for a more farm-oriented style, that you maybe try to get your BKB before you think about attending a whole lot of fights. And we also have to think about items like Nullifier this game, because Decrep is going to be a nightmare for you.
Yep, makes sense. I Nullifier the Pugna so I can actually kill him.
Yeah, or anyone really that you want to focus, because he can't decrypt them if you pre-nullifier.
Right. So what about Diffusal? You said it's Diffusal helps to kill Roshan?
Well, Diffusal, what I mean by that is, when you have Diffusal, you're playing fast, right? You're playing for tempo. And when you're playing for tempo on Ursa, securing the Roche is more important. If you buy a Battle Fury, basically what you're saying is, you can still Roche, but you're not looking to be as fight-centric, and your scaling is going to be much, much better, and you're not as reliant on getting kills. So it's really up to you. I think both builds are fine this game. It's more about how you play.
I see, I see. Diffusal, does it do magic damage against Roshan?
Roche doesn't have mana, so he cannot be mana burned. Yeah.
Okay.
He used to, but not anymore.
All right. Battle Fury seems to have 80% popularity at high level, Diffusal 20. I think Battle is safer. Diffusal would be like trying to get me more to practice joining teamfight. I tried that last game and I ended up clicking it only like a couple of times, like not particularly much.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to try the Battle Fury approach, go for it. I mean, that's something that I personally, if I was just... Because you want to play carry, right? Like, that's the role that you prefer anyway. I think it's nice because it'll teach you how to farm more effectively and how to go between fights and farming more smoothly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought Diffusal is the one that's going to be doing that for me.
Well, Ursa can actually contribute even without Diffusal, especially if you have heroes that have like some form of CC. Like you have a Pango, for example. So if you see that guy's fighting and he's like chain stunning somebody to death, you don't really need Diffusal to hit that guy. So you can just
Okay.
like, yeah, you can cherry pick your fights. It just takes a little bit of practice and knowing, you know, what heroes are worth fighting with and what heroes you kind of want to stay away from. So like this game, your Skywrath and your Pango, and then when you're Doom, when he has ulti, those are your killers. Those are the guys that if they're fighting and you're like kind of nearby, it's worth looking at the engagement to say, okay, you know, what do we have here? Can we actually contribute? But there's no real problem with buying a Battle Fury and just hitting a lot of creeps. That stuff's always good.
Okay. Is Diffusal good against those cards? Seems okay.
It's pretty much just an item to kill. It's universally good against basically every hero on Dire except for Ricky. And the reason it's not as good against Ricky is because he has a way to... He has two ways of getting away from you. He has Blink Strike and Tricks. So your slow on him is not going to result in a guaranteed kill. The other thing to keep in mind is they also have saves. So like, for example, when you purge someone, or well, I guess Diffusal doesn't purge anymore, but when it used to, it was actually a counter to Pugna. But since it doesn't actually remove decrep anymore, it's a lot harder to make use of that item in this game. So that's why I was saying if it was me personally, I would probably go Battle Fury this game.
Okay. All right. Let's do that then.
Yeah.
Also to try it because I'm looking to play him today, and does this do damage? No. I'm looking to play him today, so it's good to for the first two games to try both.
Sure. Best way to learn is experience.
Yep. Last game, I was really afraid to commit into fight, and yeah, it was not ideal.
It can be very tricky early on when you're playing Dota to try to understand which fights are worth going to and which ones aren't. There's some pretty basic rules that you can go by in this game. Like you're aware of the diamonds at the top of the screen displaying if a person on your team has ult, right? Like you know the green versus... Okay, so if you notice that the Pango and the Doom do not have their ults, you kind of just don't want to fight.
Pango and Doom, yeah, okay.
These are like very loose guidelines that we can use to decide, is this fight worth it? So that way you don't have to sit there and think about it, you know, for like 20 seconds. You look, you see if they have their ults. If they don't, you don't even pay attention to what's happening. You just run.
Yeah. Don't even look.
Yeah, because that's the majority of your team fight influence, right? As you play more carry, you'll start to understand what heroes are strong based on when they have their ults, and that those are the things that you typically want to play around, especially when they're long CDs like Doom and Black Hole and stuff. And that also helps us obviously be more efficient because we're not wasting time. And we're not like killing ourselves. Your laning has gotten a lot better, by the way. I just want to say that. It's like noticeably better.
Thank you, but I'm not getting pressured that much.
Well, yeah, but a lot of it's because you're doing the proper stuff. You know, you're aggro toggling. You're pulling the creeps back into you to hit them. That's like a really good carry mechanic to just have memorized. That's gonna help you get CS even in tough lanes.
I've noticed that the other carries at my lane when I play support at my level, they don't do those mechanics as well of pulling creeps, but they end up being more daring usually. Maybe they know their character better, or maybe they're more crazy and reckless.
Yeah, the aggro stuff is just gonna happen universally the higher MMR you get. Like, people are always gonna be doing it. Also, I would consider sending out like a Mango and like some Tangos here. We're a little bit low on resources. We don't want our lane to stagnate. So like basically what that means is you run out of the ability to threaten kills, and you also can't contest the wave anymore. It's always better to be a higher amount of HP. That play that you went for,
mistake.
Hitting the neutrals was the mistake here because you lost too much HP.
Yeah. I noticed that after trying it.
I should have said something earlier.
I was looking for a hobby after. I was looking for a hobby after I pushed in the creep wave, and then I decided that was going to be my occupation.
Yeah, the cool part is you can treat it like a support. Like if you wanted that camp, what you could do is you were 5 seconds away from being able to pull to the lane. You could have pulled that wave to the lane since that guy wasn't paying attention anyway, and then you wouldn't have lost any resources.
Right.
Yeah, so now it's a little bit scuffed.
Yep. Well, they
Farm
didn't.
is still good though.
They didn't manage to get the kill.
Yeah, plant one of your trees here and use the tango. Nice. Yeah. You did buy a salve, right? Did we use it already?
Oh no, I sold it.
Oh, okay. Let's get one of those. Yeah. We want this salve to kind of carry us to when we can get. If we're going Battle Fury, by the way, we're gonna get Ring of Health. We're not gonna get Mask first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. The ring is actually more sustained now in the lane by a lot because they made the mask only steal half as much HP from creeps. So before mask was like it was kind of equal if you were hitting a lot, but now ring is just way better.
Right.
Yeah, mask will keep you alive in the jungle too.
Are we looking at the 825 health ring?
Yeah, the one for the Battle Fury, because that's the build you wanted, right?
Yeah, that's what I want. Yes.
You have a Pango here. You might want to look at this fight.
Oh.
Yeah. Nice.
Well,
Okay, so
you see how blissful I am? I don't even notice.
well, I think a lot of it is the laning mechanics themselves aren't innate yet. Like, you don't just know them by heart, so you still have to actively think about that stuff. Once you've gotten to a point where it becomes second nature, then you're gonna notice that, you know, like that rotation is gonna be obvious to you, and you'll just react to it.
I have more minimap awareness on other heroes that I've played more. That's true, of course.
Yeah. You're doing really good, though. Your farm is great. You got really good CS. 46 and 5 at 8 minutes is great. I would love to have a lane like this.
Yeah. Let's see. Battle Fury.
Look to your own.
Now, should I chase and pressure on the tower, hit the tower, or just get the creeps under the tower, or would you have gone for a camp?
Let's back up a bit. Yeah, we got a TP. Let's just run. Don't look at that guy.
Yeah.
So typically in this type of situation, we always have to remember that Ursa is not a great building hitter. So we're never the guy who really like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this tower, you know?
Yep.
You can enrage here. Your ult doesn't take mana. Nice. You're okay. We can just walk back to this.
I would have died without enrage. Thank you.
Yeah. You can preemptively cast it there, and his Nether Blast would have dealt almost no damage to you, and you could have just walked to the woods. But we're a little bit low now, so we probably want to base, or if not, we're gonna have to bring out some form of regen to keep us up.
We can do that.
Yeah. We have to assume that tower is probably dead because he had an arcane rune.
Okay. I don't know.
If he stays around, it's probably dead. And I know it's tempting to want to go defend the tower, but we have to always remember what we have to offer, which is basically nothing, right? We're very low HP.
Nothing.
And if we go there, we don't want to be a bonus skill. That's like one of the worst habits I think that every Dota player develops, is they see a structure and they want to instinctively protect it. But sometimes you can't, right? Like, it's better to just let it die.
Yeah, true.
You can
I'll be
stay
the bonus
mid here
skill.
if you want. Yeah. Oh, your Pango's here. He has ults. Might be able to run at this guy. If he gets a good chain stun, you can kill him. Nice, perfect.
Nice. Thank you.
So the cool part about Pango is he lets us hit people really, really easily, especially when they're in chokes like that, because they will not get to move much.
That's true.
So let's save up for the damage items. Like, we're not going to buy the Void Stone. We're going to buy the Claymore and the Broadsword first, because those things accelerate our farm. And we have a Clarity
which one
already.
First?
Usually I buy the more expensive one, because that... Like, since we were sitting on so much money, we want to buy the one that costs more, so that way if we die, you know, we don't actually lose, like, any reliable gold.
Yep. And if you're about to die, you quickly try to buy the other one.
Yeah, the cheaper one, exactly. Oh, did you mean to put the Tumbler away? I think you meant to keep that one.
Yeah, I was considering both. You're saying Tumbler is better.
Oh yeah.
Than...
Your hero doesn't gain much benefit from the Fairy Trinket, and you have a Skywrath, so he's probably gonna want that.
Yeah. Well, Ring of Health is really nice. I don't actually have to buy healing salves anymore.
Yes, sir. The Dragon Camps and Ancients in general will make you lose a little bit of HP, but if you're transitioning between lane and camps, when you're in lane, you'll regain all the HP that you lost. So what we want to do is try to memorize the idea of hit a lane of creeps and then go hit a jungle camp, right? Like that's a very basic flow of Dota. Since your hero doesn't have a farm accelerant right now, where we can only really do one camp before we would have to address a creep wave. But that's just a good way to keep in mind like how your farming pattern is going to look. If a lane is empty, you obviously want to occupy it. And then...
I went top. I guess you saw that. I was like, yeah, I'll take the top wave.
You can stay, you can stay. You're going to have another wave coming.
Yeah.
We don't have to go aggro here. We can just pull the creeps back.
Cool. I never pull at this time anymore.
It's just whenever you know that you can't commit, right? Because there's two heroes here.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to kill us unless we go like super over aggro, because we do have enrage, and enrage takes us makes us take like no damage. So this tower is probably salvageable. Your Pango has ult, but yeah, deny is good too. Okay, this is far. Don't go too far up the hill until he shows. Yeah, don't chase. Just hit the creeps. Just hit these creeps and go to your triangle.
Really? No, shouldn't I?
Oh, your Sky's here. Yeah, your Sky's here. If you have detection, you can maybe kill the Riki. Don't forget your ult when the silence wears off. Nice. Keep running away. Keep running away. This is an overcommitment. Nice. Oh, we're good.
Baited.
Yeah, don't forget to buy your items, by the way. Nice.
Intentional bait.
Yeah, so the reason we always want to, like, as the carry, we want to hesitate when we're like going really far under the T1, right? And they have a lot of saves. They have Venge Swap, they have Decrypt, they have Huskar Disarm, they have Cloud. Like, there's so many tools that they have to prevent you from being able to hit, right? Which is why I always err on the side of caution when I'm playing against this type of lineup. Because you only deal physical damage, and you're only single target. So any of those spells stops you from being able to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So we have to be very, very careful.
Until I have, like, Nullifier.
Well, Nullifier and BKB and stuff. That's the point in the game where anybody that you see becomes dead. Like, you can just kill all of them when you have that inventory. But the important part is making sure that we get there without having too many, you know, oops moments. That's the main... Yeah. The main thing about carry is that you're trying to scale faster than the enemy team can handle. And the way that we can ensure that is by not dying, and by making sure that the engagements that we take before we have the correct inventory are, like, good engagements.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far so good. Having a pretty chill game. Got some kills, got some assists, haven't died yet. Everything's looking good.
Now I should do the creep wave before the ancient, right?
This creep wave's a bit far. We're always looking for the... Yeah, we're looking for the wave that's kind of close. The wave is always nice when it doesn't look terrifying. Like, that wave is maybe a bit more than I would want to go for, but your Doom does have ults. We can maybe look and see if he gets a Doom cast here. Nice. Nice, perfect.
Nice.
Now you can go for the wave.
Oh, yeah. I guess I didn't need to ult because he was doomed.
Well, it doesn't cost you really anything. The cooldown's a bit long, but we're probably going to back here, so... Like, the enrage is nice to have when you're playing aggressive, but since we know... Oh, let's run to the left here. Yeah. Oh, we might be dead. Shoot. Okay, so the enrage press did end up hurting us, but...
Yeah, I wasted it.
That's okay. Shit happens.
Oh, good.
Farm is still really nice. We didn't lose much gold there, and our Battle Fury timing is going to be great, so... No sweat here.
Yeah. It's because I was like... I mean... Every step you make has to be efficient, right? And I'm thinking, like, can I catch another wave? And I just move towards the wave without having done the head work to make sure that that wave will show up in the right place at the right time, not looking at the clock.
There's a couple of ways to look at that, though. If we assume that they're going to be making a rotation to us, if we run straight left instead of down, we actually could just be in the tree line before they get there. And then they wouldn't know exactly where we are. But we took the predictable retreat path, which oftentimes can result in us dying.
Yeah. Are we taking the mana at level 10, like the guides say?
I don't think we actually take the talent at 10. I think if you go Battle Fury, the mana talent is unnecessary. Like, you don't need it. And then later on, you go back for the Fury Swipes reset time. As Battle Fury provides us all the mana we're pretty much ever going to need on Ursa. Let's make
Okay.
sure we get the B Fury ASAP. We don't want to wait, because this item accelerates this so quickly.
True.
And then there are a couple of paths we can take from here. We can go dagger, which I personally would do, because I think that Ursa is...
Fightable.
Well, it's an item that you can fight with, but it's also a great efficiency item too. Getting from camp to camp with dagger, it costs us no mana. We can look at this fight and see what's going down. Alright, so we've expended a lot of our ults. Let's hit mid tower. Let's just hit mid tower right now. We want to force a TP, and then we're going to run and make sure we enrage before we... We can also glyph our wave. It's off cooldown. Nice. You can keep hitting. You can see them chasing top. There's 3 heroes.
Yeah. I pretended to leave to see how it goes. Nobody responded. Now they may.
Yeah. The guys that we're scared of... Okay, Ricky's not a problem. We can just walk away. Also remember, in this game, there are really only 2 heroes who can stop your TP. It's the Techies and the Venge. So if you ever find yourself in no man's land and one of those heroes is not there, you can probably just TP.
Just TP, yeah.
Yeah. We're vibing though, good farm. Let's try to start farming towards top. We don't want to be on this side of the map. This side of the map is...
That's available?
Yeah, we want to farm the large camp and go towards triangle. So we're oranges right now. Alright, we have ult, don't forget. Our guy, we have a Pango here. Nice, good ult. Keep walking, keep walking. Do not turn, do not turn. We're gonna get swapped in. Yeah, so the reason why I said we want to go towards the large camp to the left where orange was is because...
Oh, this is the large camp.
Yeah, the large camp.
I thought this is large.
Well, technically they are both large. I should have been more clear. I should have just said walk left instead of, walk to the large camp, because that's obviously easily confused. I just said the one that could be mistaken, so that's my bad.
No, I mean, generally, I know that this is now like a dangerous area. Every now and then, though, I get tempted by going there anyway if I sense some kind of vacuum, but every enemy was missing. We have no vision. There's a really decent chance that they have... there's a really decent chance that they have wards there already, and the reason I didn't see top left as a potential farming place yet is because we never got that tower yet. So, like, is it really that safe as it normally could or should be?
Yeah, I'll explain in a second. We want to be very careful about this fight. Yeah, this is... Alright, nice. Good Battle Fury damage. Nice. Okay. It all worked out. I guess our Pango had already ulted there.
Oh!
Lots of bombs. We're fine. 4 heroes dead. We don't have to back here. We have a sentry and a ward, so we should see the Ricky coming, if he does. We can send out like a salve or something, and then we can kill the other camp here and then start going towards top lane.
The camp feels risky.
I mean, it does, but I don't think the Ricky's on your side of the map. And you also have double wards, so you'd be able to see him if he comes. Yeah, nice. Okay. So we're chilling. The techies TP'd mid, and so did the Venge. So we know that only 2 or 3 people could ever TP here. Instead of farming the wave, let's try the large camp instead. Like, we don't really want to show yet. Like, you can let the Pango have this, and then we can chill off to the side. Oh, he's going to give it to you. You can farm it if he's not going to take it. The idea is we want to... He was
warning me of danger in the lane.
I think he was saying take the wave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's giving it to you. Alright, now we hide. We don't show here. Everyone's off the map.
I showed already, didn't I? The tower saw that.
I believe it saw you for like a split second, but we're trying to get information. We want to see who's where, you know? We don't have the greatest of wards right now. This dive feels very bad. Let's just run. We can go to triangle. Yeah. All the creeps are up. We can also look mid. There's a Pugna there. Yeah, so they're split all over the map, but the problem is we don't outnumber in any one space. So it's very hard for us to take an engagement. And diving T1s is always kind of a risky prospect. We're just going to play on the ward, farm these 2 camps, and then see what happens. Alright, so there is one guy coming here. Our Doom has ult, but there are probably going to be 5 heroes coming in this fight. So let's... Yeah, don't help him. So we can farm towards the bot lane, since they are probably going to be walking directly into Roche. They have a Huskar. Yeah.
They are doing it.
Yeah, so let's see if we can punish Dark Green. Fighting the Roche Pit is kind of hard. If we have anyone carrying dust... Ooh, bombs. Okay. Techie's life. He may walk to you, by the way, so after this camp, just run left to base.
Oh!
Yeah, hit R. Nice. We might still be dead. Woo! We're good. Nice.
Jeez. That would have cost me my dagger.
I guess
My
they're not
teammate just
rushing.
said. My teammate just said we need to deward and retake control of the jungle.
Not a bad idea, to be honest. If you can go together in numbers, like, ideally your team should be doing that, and you should be hitting creeps, right? Like, they go as 4. They put down some wards and sentries to protect that part of the map, and then, you know, you're vibing and getting some CS. Alright, there's a big fight. Push top, push top. Big fight bottom. We can't be there since we just TP'd. We want to pressure lane specifically. This is the best way we can contribute given our current situation.
The enemy's top tower regrets the day it was born.
Also, yeah, you could always say, like, hey, I can't be there. Like, when you TP like that, since we TP'd in a greedy manner, yeah, pinging your TP CD is going to help. So that way they know beforehand. Because if your team tries to fight 4v5 because they don't have the information, it can be a problem.
Yeah.
Also, we need to kill this wave quick and then run the heck away. Alright, yeah, we consider for a second. I'm assuming they're gonna walk into Roche because they don't have like a... They don't have another obvious objective, but then again, who knows? Anything can happen in these games.
Why'd they have to go and do that?
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna have to TP probably to get out of here safely. We can TP to the mid tower if we want to try to fight Roche, which is pretty...
Roche.
Yeah. We can't kill that guy, so let's just TP bottom and push out the wave. Standing here
Why
is
not
just...
our stacks?
Well, we could kill the stacks too, but the thing is, we don't actually want to fight until we have BKB.
Yeah.
Like, if the Pango and the Doom get their spells off and it looks good, then we can go. But the Sky isn't here right now, so we'd be potentially fighting like 4v4, 3v4. Let's look at the pit. Let's see what's happening. We need to assess if we can do anything here. Alright, our Pango just died. Alright, yeah. No. Don't go in. Do not go in. Just leave. Yeah. Run towards bottom. Like, run towards bot lane.
Get him.
You might die for it, though. The thing is, it's not worth the risk of us dying. We have to prioritize our life over a kill. That's kind of just how it works. Like, that guy is a... He's a support.
They're telling me to go rush.
Nah, don't go rush. They're psychos. You have 3 heroes dead. Your Sky wasn't there at the start. If he was, the fight might have been better. But going in now would just result in you maybe getting 1 kill and then dying. And that's not worth it. We need to get our BKB. Does your Sky have dust? Let's go try to help him.
I don't know.
This guy's alone. He doesn't have dust. You won't be able to kill this guy. You can walk away maybe and hit a rage. You can carry your own dust, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it.
Yeah.
They never finished rush, or am I crazy?
No, they didn't. They didn't kill it. I think the Huskar was ultra low. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable with the armlet toggling stuff. Because he should be able to kill it pretty easily, but they're fighting you in your woods right now. Let's just walk towards the mid tower. That fight looks real bad for us. Yeah. So we can try to pull the... What we want to do here is pull the creeps off the tower and walk left, because they're going to be on the right-hand side. Okay, they actually just walk bottom. That's fine, too. We can farm this. I know these games get kind of hectic because you want to try to contribute, but the thing that we always want to try to remember is that we contribute a lot more by having the items at a correct timing. So that way when we do choose to go to an engagement, we are way stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's in there. He's in there. You can kill. Yo, get the Roche. Let's go. Hog. Big play, big play, big play. And the only reason that play happens is because you're not on the wrong side of the map.
Yes. Ow. Oops.
You can blink out of this after you get up. You can blink up to the high ground directly above you. Nice. Oh no, they had vision. They had a ward there. Yeah, they had a ward. Damn.
It
was a good play though.
Ooh. Maybe, yeah, it doesn't matter if I would have blinked here. They would have still seen it.
It's
What
kind
should
of
I
hard to
take?
say.
Fury swipes time reset or mana?
Yeah. The Fury Swipes time reset is the always taker. Sometimes the mana is nice if you go Diffusal, but like I said, Battle Fury solves your mana problems. It's okay though. We're getting close to our magic immunity.
Yes.
So once we have that, we can feel a lot more comfortable going to fights. This fight's actually not horrible.
Not bad.
Yo, the Pango roll, big.
Nice. Good roll. Do I, when I come back, do I do bot or I look and join? Maybe look and join. Mid and look and join.
Well, there's 2 dead, so your team is not going to need you. Let's try to address the waves first.
Yeah.
Like it's 3v4 right now, so even if they were to fight mid, they'd have the numbers advantage.
They wouldn't blame me if they died for sure in a 3v2.
For sure. Let's get this wave and then TP top. There's a big wave up there. That'll be our BKB for sure. And make sure we're getting more TPs after. So the reason we want to TP to the other side of the map is because the T1 is a live bottom, and that means that they would have a very quick response time. And currently we do not have Doom and we do not have Roll. So those are the abilities that we want to fight with, and they're both CD, so if anyone were to come bottom, we would probably die.
Yeah, so we're immediately subverting the expectation of where I would be after showing on a wave, right?
Yep. It's one of the core concepts of carry play. Be somewhere where they do not expect you to be all the time. Alright, so we got BKB. Next item is probably either going to be Nullifier or Basher. I think both are okay. Nullifier is probably a bit more reliable in this game.
Yeah, let's try Nullifier.
But yeah, so we don't have Doom, but we do have Roll. I like the Rune check. We don't necessarily have to play next to our team all the time. Right now, the map is pretty wide open because both T1 mids are dead and there's no Roshan, which means we want to try to get the lanes out to make the game... Like, we want to open up a play for our team, right? Because all the waves are on our side of the river, and when that happens, it's really hard to make a move that's not going to be, like, super obvious, right?
Yep.
Because they have more information than we do. That's one of the other things about pushing the wave. Our team is here, so we can probably do this wave and maybe even the next one. Yeah, there's a fight happening by your outpost, I think. Yeah. Alright, so Pango died right away. That's bad for us. Yeah, Pugnet's TPing. Yeah, let's just blink away. Start heading towards top.
Wait for the 2 to be back, then we can be ready to fight.
Yeah, just don't TP. Just walk there. At this stage in the game,
when you and who's that? Shadow Demon are back, we can fight. I have BKB.
you can go one more, I think. I don't think they're going to be walking to. We're conserving our TP because we need to be able to react since we actually have a fighting item, right? But if the Pango's dead, that's the majority of our team fight down the drain. We have a very high expectation of that hero to be able to get rolls off in fights for us to be able to free hit stuff.
Pay me when ready. Okay. I can push out waves. One more, and then I come.
Just hide first. Don't TP right away, because we don't know what they're doing yet. Let's not make a rash choice and take up take our TP CD. Okay,
yeah.
So there's
let's
one
go.
here
Let's
top.
smoke.
There's a guy on you.
Oh.
Make sure you push your BKB. Just keep hitting him. You might get him. Yeah, they reacted quicker than we thought.
They came to me. They found me.
If they smoke and find someone,
Draskyl, is there a way to see the mines?
You mean the techies mines? You can see them once you get in. Once you're in range, it will be revealed, and then
that's it, right? The invisible does not reveal them.
Yeah, the way the techies mines work is that you walk in and you'll see it in the middle, and you can back out because you'll actually see the outer edge of the AOE of the mine. So if you know that it's there and you hear the noise, you can just back out.
Yeah. Do I just take the Helm of Iron Will and put it on my dust before waiting for the Sacred Relic?
The dust is more value. If you wanna save buyback to make sure that if they do try to go high ground, they're gonna be able to you'll be able to defend. So we Whenever we spend money now, from now on, we just always want to say, okay, can we buy out if we buy this? And if the answer is no, typically it's not a good option.
Yeah.
Wish I could say that I'm
Right, your top tower is under attack.
Bottom right.
Yeah, I think this fight is going to be a bit hard without orange.
Tower. Well, let's just say
If they go up the hill and you have Doom, just be ready to TP. Like, if the Doom goes in, like, we can still be walking, right? Because we have a TP scroll. We're just waiting to see if they commit.
Well, maybe I should just show up so they don't get the tower, since we have no glyph.
under attack.
Oh, the Ricky's diving.
Oh shit.
You have dust, remember? I think you blinked out, yeah.
Not ideal. I used everything while running away, but I panicked. I didn't realize I got swapped.
Top tower is under
It's okay. Okay, so our resources are kind of depleted. If we're gonna fight this,
Yeah.
we need someone to go in before us. Yeah, Pango's going. Okay. Your ult is up in 5. Nice, good kill. You can keep chasing this. You guys are doing good. Nice.
How the hell did you see me? Now you see what you are up against.
Ooh, that is so
Wow,
much
the
magic
damage. Do I rebuy? No.
No, don't rebuy here. Yeah, just a little bit of an overextension. I think we ulted when we didn't need to.
Yes, that's true. I just ulted because I was afraid not to use it on time.
Yeah. Remember that your ult is also a dispel, so cool stuff that you can play around as Ursa is if he decreps you, you can use the enrage to dispel yourself to hit him. It's actually usually a mistake for a Pugna to be the guy that decreps you because you can just remove it on your own.
Ah, yeah, it's a dispel too.
Yep.
You can't.
your middle tower is
Yeah,
under
that guy's
attack.
real powerful. I
Yeah.
don't think he can get the racks on his own though. He's just one guy.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. We got a 4 for 3.
Yeah, you got a couple of kills there. Could have been worse. We also have to remember we didn't even have BKB, right? Because we BKB'd to walk back.
Yeah, I wasted it. My goal to kill is who?
Come on.
In the fights, it's kind of just whoever you can get on. Like, Pugna would be great. Like, if he CC'd like this and you can hit him, that's perfect. That's like the biggest target because he's the godlike guy. He might actually die here. He's very, very low. If we can KS this, it would be huge. We're a little bit too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you see that big bag of gold, man, as the safe laner, you just want to try to nab it if you can.
Yeah.
Right, come on, your middle
All right, so
tower
next
is
couple
under
of things
attack.
to keep in mind here are Roshan is going to be respawning in a couple of minutes. We have to address the lanes. And we also probably want to start playing a little bit closer to our team.
Yeah.
The later the game goes, the more important it is to have numbers, because that way if there is an objective up to take, like second and third Rosh are very, very impactful for the outcome of the game. So having like our nullifiers soon and like our BKB and stuff, that means that if we go on the Pugna in a fight, unless he gets swapped, he will probably die. We do have our team nearby. We don't. Okay, right. Roll just came up, so we could probably fight this if you can get your team to go.
I'm
in.
ready.
Yeah, you need to make them go though. Like, you can go for the techies or the Huskar. Yeah, Huskar is good too. Make sure you BKB. You have dust too.
Oh shit. What? He has a lot of damage.
Yeah, he was hitting really hard there. I think our Pango like rolled through there. Yeah, he just rolled to the back line. We didn't have Doom, unfortunately, but
Really?
yeah. Did
I
he
mean,
press
with
it on
us,
somebody?
right?
I think his ult was. Who did he Doom? I think I just missed who he cast Doom on there.
I don't believe it.
Back.
Dead on the dotted line.
Yeah, that Ricky is very farmed. Very, very farmed.
You were my target all along.
Ah, fuck nah.
We
Fuck
should
terrain.
have. Yeah, we should have one more fight before Roshan.
Ah.
Honestly, I
I'm
feel
pretty
like the Ricky might be the biggest issue right now.
Yeah, Ricky, Pugna, both quite strong. Ricky, we need 4 staff normally, and we do have it now for 1. to get out.
Yeah,
Out of the
forces
smoke
and
bomb.
ghosts. Those are very, very good. I think, honestly, the best Doom target at this point is Ricky. You should probably tell your Doom, if he can, to always Doom the Ricky. Because the mobility that he has in fights, he can get on all of your backline very easily, and you guys don't have great peel. So
Yeah.
it would be good if he would Doom that guy so he can't blink around the fight. Alright,
We have no time for extra L's.
Yeah, they're gonna reset, and yeah, Roshan's dead. Okay, so we didn't get the one fight. Our Pango, I think, bought back there. His death timer was very, very long.
Oh. Might be.
I mean, if I'm being honest, this is a very hard Ursa game. Like, on a
Yeah.
scale of 10 being the hardest, this is probably like a 9.
Yeah, like Huskar with the disarm, and then he also has Heaven's Halberd, another disarm, and then Pugna disarms, basically.
Yeah, this is like a nightmare Ursa game. So I wouldn't feel too bad. Alright, let's run top. This is a technique that we're going to try to employ every time we're really far behind. We see
Don't go
where they
low ground.
are. Yeah, we see where they are. We hope our team sits at the T3. We hold our TP, and we just push the lane that is as far away from them as possible. We need to make sure that we're always getting some income here. Let's take a look at what's going on. Okay, that guy's really low. Yeah, we can try to go on the Pugna if you can. Yeah, he's in your base above you.
Oh.
Make sure you BKB. Ooh. Alright, let's back up. Back up, try for a reset. Oh, we got swapped in. Shit. Okay.
Wow.
That's okay.
That's very challenging, the fight for me.
Yes, very, very hard. That's why I was trying to emphasize earlier that you have to, like, the item timings this game are very important, because
Yeah.
if you have that nullifier, let's say, like, 5+ minutes sooner, your game looks a lot different. But, like I said, this is an incredibly hard Ursa game.
It's hard, but also I didn't play it that well, and also sometimes we get some kills, and we are not playing around, let's say, the important ults. So the Pango ult, the Doom ult, like you said, is quite important. Because Skywrath, me, can spam it, right, the ult. And is this spammable? Not as much. But like we have 2 ults that are really important for the fight, like you said. And then we get a couple of kills. And then we should probably fall back, because Huskar and Pugna are ready to go all the time, right?
Yep. Their team basically has no cooldowns at all. They have a much faster tempo team than you guys.
Yeah. So when we get a couple of kills with important ults, it's back time.
Yeah. Honestly, though, you did pretty well considering. The matchups do not favor you guys. They're kind of lingering in your base. We could get some turnaround kills here if they stay too long. How long?
If I blink in and a nullifier, do I just press BKB ult immediately?
Only BKB. You save your ulti for when you need to get out in this game.
Okay.
Are you seeing that?
You can nullify him? Nice. Big kill, big kill. Good. Alright, don't over pursue here. Ricky's still bottom. Pugna's blinking away. That's fine. We want to wait for our stuff to come back up. Remember, it's going to be very hard for us to hit without BKB, so we always want to prioritize, like, once we get a kill like that, we need to shove a wave. Like, we need to create some space on the map for us to actually occupy that's not in our base. And the best place to do that is probably top, and then have the Pango and the Doom play, like, mid and bottom. Like, you don't want to be in the lane that has less income, right?
I need my BKB.
Yep, we're going to have to be a little bit patient here. Our mid player is going in. We want to take a peek at what he's doing.
Okay, coming.
Yeah, good Doom, good Doom. This looks fightable. So many bombs. Nice. Okay, Ricky is still in the area. We don't have BKB for 20. I think the Vend was here too. Oh yeah, let's how much you need for buyback, by the way? We need to get our shard soon.
Don't I just get shard from Rosh?
You could if you were controlling the tempo of the game, but since you guys are really far behind, you getting Roshan is kind of like is not on the bill, right? If you were owning, then yes. But since we aren't really the ones who are taking it, then we're gonna... It's too good to not have, basically. Alright, let's be a little bit careful. Yeah, farming is good. Always want to be hitting creeps. I think we just probably go walk towards top here.
I go top, guys. They're back
yeah,
soon.
We have no ults. Like, Pango roll is up, but Doom is not up for like a minute, so...
Ricky backdoor.
Yeah. You don't want to be the one to TP home right now. You want to be the one to push top. You just have to hope that your team is going to address the creeps in the base. Because the best thing we can do at the moment is to try to make them look somewhere else that's not our base. And then, you know, try to play a little bit sneaky and not get caught doing it. Alright, keep going up top. No, not yet, not yet. Wait for Doom. Doom is not up yet.
Doom is,
he's crazy. That guy's actually insane. Yeah, it's okay. If they die, they die. Your Doom has no ult.
We need Doom every fight.
Yeah. Okay, someone TP'd. It's Pugna. You can BKB leave. Oh, that's good too, yeah. BKB and TP. Nice. Nice move. Okay, now you can look mid. Our Pugna died already, unfortunately. Shit. See, that play was great by you, but your team didn't wait long enough. Like, if that had happened, like, a little bit quicker, I think you guys could have taken a nice turn mid. Make sure we ult. Oh, you're stuck in the cloud, shit.
I
We didn't have
can buy back, but
yeah,
that was risky.
Nobody else is alive. We had the right idea, though. We basically forced 2 cores to teleport to us. We got away. And then usually what's supposed to happen in that situation is your team takes a advantageous fight because they have the number advantage. But
you quickly turn on the rest, but I mean, we ran at them here. I mean, I think that could have worked as well. Like maybe we run at them here. It was 5v4 for a bit or not? Huskar was dead for a few seconds, so we could just try to like take our chances with that, I guess. Do I buy back?
I think you can wait until Pango's up. When the Pango respawns, then you can buy. Yeah, but we need the Pango to be alive because the Sky in his own won't be able to help. So when he's up, we can buy now. Yeah, we have BKB in 5 seconds, and then hopefully Pango gets a roll here. Yeah, he's going. Make sure we BKB, nullify him too. Stay on the techies. Nice. Oh. Yeah, very, very tough game.
Yeah. Cool. He's like I ulted a bit soon again as well, of course. His kit is quite simple, but like the item usage, I think this is the first time I used Nullifier ever.
I think honestly, like all things considered, it wasn't that bad. Like I think there are a lot of moments where your eyes kind of get drawn to the fight and you just want to be there. But the hard part about that in this game, like your Shadow Demon, that hero doesn't really do much, right? He's a save, and he does have Purge, but you always have to be on the same page, right? Like you have to go on who he purges if you want to try to do that, and that's pretty difficult, right?
Coordinate.
Yeah, the other part is you guys kind of suck at fighting unless you have your ults. And your team did not seem to have that like understanding, so they were running in and trying to fight these skirmishes all the time. But Dire's team is so much better at skirmishing. They're so much better. They're never waiting on any spell. They're always good to go all the time.
Yeah. So it's if Doom was like Bristleback.
Yeah, sure.
Right,
like any hero
different.
that plays quicker, right? But this
and
game,
if Pango is Ember, then like we can constantly skirmish.
Yeah, well, Pango can fight pretty often. I think the Doom is and the Shadow Demon are the hard parts of this draft because ordinarily, like these heroes, you know, Shadow Demon wants to sit in the back first off, and they have a Ricky Maru who has a ton of farm, and he's always jumping the back line, and you guys have absolutely no save for him. So usually a lineup that has one save would be able to put a hero in front and then say, hey, go on this guy, and then that guy gets saved. But because the Ricky has the ability to jump across the entire team fight immediately and get to the back, and you guys have 0 stuns, this guy kind of just has free reign, right? That's why I'm saying it's a very hard game for your lineup to play, especially for you, because there are multiple disarms. Like Techies has a disarm, Huskar has a disarm, Pugna has
Yeah.
decrep. There's Cloud, and a swap if they're paying attention to who
Yeah.
you jump. This is like
It's true, actually. And
this
I
is a
think
nightmare game for your hero.
you're coaching me here optimistically, right? Focusing on mechanics, on trying to do the best we can, and not disparaging anything or anyone. And you don't want to call it like I see some people they're like not believing in like the battle plan, my battle plan or yours in Twitch chat. And the thing is, if you had been 100% honest about like the draft in advance, that would be pessimistic and discouraging, not for me or for people on my team that are also listening. But if you had given like the full analysis, you'll be like, hey, we've got two supports, Skywrath Mage that doesn't have any save buttons. For all intents and purposes, Skywrath Mage, I know you don't like him in general, but like he's a blow-up hero. He hasn't been doing a lot of blow-up this game. He goes double null talisman. He has a triple null talisman, right? So he's basically sneaking in as a support, but he's actually looking to kill. And no stun. And then Shadow Demon, as far as, tell me if I'm wrong, but Shadow Demon, he is a hero that gets used at the pro play to counter very high agility heroes on the enemy team, like Terrorblade, in order to create a duplicate of them that becomes a threat to the opponent.
Yeah, he can definitely be used that way. Shadow Demon is also great in higher level because of his ability to purge. Like if you don't know, Demonic Purge basically works like Nullifier, where it consistently dispels the person as long as they're under the effects of the ability. So I've seen some teams use it against heroes like Marcy, for example, because it removes the sidekick. As soon as they put it on, it lowers the damage of her combo, and it also allows you to stop and disjoint like these sort of auto kill combination heroes, right? Like that's the primary, like what you said is also accurate, but this is like an addition to that whole like countering evolution heroes and stuff. But yeah, on paper, Dyer's draft wins this game many, many times, like out of 100, like probably like 90% or more, simply because their base kits just kind of deal with what your hero wants to do. But the cool thing about this MMR in particular is that people play very inefficient, right? Like when I'm telling you to do specific things, it's because there are moments in the game where the enemy team will make mistakes, right? Like no matter what, even if their lineup is amazing, they're gonna screw it up at some point. So as the carry, it's your job to try to make them do those mistakes by pushing out lanes typically and having really good item timings. So let's say our BKB, our Nullifier come out 5-10 minutes sooner. You know, the dynamic of the game shifts because you're allowed to kill heroes at a different time in the game, and it stunts their momentum. And then potentially you get a Roche, right? And then the game can kind of snowball out of control and get in your favor because of that. And obviously you're pretty new to the hero, so there's a lot of stuff to keep in mind. But as a general...
I'm mostly like the items on the hero. Like in general, yes, I'm also new to the hero, but I'm new to the... I'm new to the items on the hero, like the combination of never Nullifier, Battle Fury is rare. Yeah, this was my 5th game of Ursa.
Yeah.
And I've never played Nullifier or Battle Fury on him. And then I've never been this hard countered in a draft too, probably.
Oh yeah, dude. This,
like,
I was thinking in my head when I saw their team, I was like, this is gonna be so hard. Like this, if I was playing Ursa in a game like this in my MMR, dude, I would be crying. Like in real life, I would just be so sad.
I want to point out one more thing to chat. These sessions are. First of all, like every coach, every player has their own playing style, and also everything that Draskyl is teaching is like really good macro advice. Like I love it so much. I mean, we both love it, Draskyl and I, to do these sessions. It's still a different experience from playing by yourself afterwards. Even if I were to like take all the advice, it's still different. Like, due to the very nature of being in this coaching, we are hoping, both of us, to teach not just me, but also various cool tips or various cool macro mechanics to the people watching that can then be enjoyed and learned from in your own games. It's not just about the game. It's not just about the result of the game, though we are trying to win it. But there's many things outside of our control. And again, I can't be on voice with my team all the time to coordinate everything due to the very nature of being in a coaching discussion. So it is going to have ramifications. It's going to have knock-on advantages over the next few days and weeks, which is what I noticed last time I played with Draskyl, is that it helps a lot. Like the improvements are there, not just for this game. And even if I follow the macro plan perfectly, you can't account for everything your team does. I'm not saying it's their mistake, because they are also wondering, like, where am I at, right? Like, what am I doing? You're not always going to be familiar with what each teammate is doing, and maybe my teammates are looking at me, why is he going top? It might be the right play. You could have 5 TI winners saying that's the right play, and still it may not be properly understood. So it's all good. And then finally, when it comes to the team fights, that's where it is going to be the most uncomfortable, because when to press BKB, when to press, like, rapidly things are happening, right? So you're doing this coaching thing, and I'm playing, and I'm trying to do the best I can. But then it's like nullifier, BKB, my ult, and who to focus, and when to blink in, right? That's a lot of things. You take in a lot of information very rapidly, and that's going to be challenging, and that's going to keep getting better next time when you play again.
Yeah, there are definitely... The other thing, too, is you'll feel the pressure of the enemy team when your hero is kind of not strong skill set-wise against what you're facing. And I'm sure you definitely felt it there as well. Like moments where you don't know exactly when to hit all your buttons, but there are a couple of pretty cool guidelines to follow for Ursa that apply to, I'd say, the majority of your games. When you go in, you're either hitting Enrage or you're hitting BKB every time. Right?
Enrage or BKB.
Yeah. The reason we don't overlap them is because some games, BKB will prevent you from being not only damaged in any way, because the team might have a lot of magic damage heroes, but it's obviously going to prevent CC that doesn't go through magic immunities. So.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing, yeah. So I guess I wasn't sure which one I should use first. And because Enrage is a dispel, I want to use Enrage second?
Yeah, in that type of game, we're always using Enrage as our BKB's about to fall off. That way, we're kind of giving ourselves a larger window of time as to where we can't really be hard focused. And even if they do, they're going to be hitting into 80% damage reduction, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same ideology with Slark. I think you've probably played him since you did A to Z, right? So there's the same thinking where you Dark Pact and then you hit your ult, and then you Dark Pact as your ult is ending to make sure that they can't directly crowd control you or, stop you from getting away as soon as it ends. This is stuff that will
use Enrage first then? Sorry to interrupt.
Sure. So the problem that game is there's a Riki, right? And Riki, if he puts Cloud on you, even if you're enraged, there's going to be very, very high miss chance because we don't have MKB. So the reason that we're choosing BKB first instead of Enrage is that if that guy is in the vicinity and you try to go on someone, just being enraged, if you're stuck in a cloud, is not going to guarantee a kill, and it's kind of nullifying what you want to do, which is get someone out of the fight quickly. You're basically melee Skywrath, right? You go in, you blow a guy up. That's kind of what your hero wants in the team fight. That's how you turn the tide to your advantage, is by removing a core before they have the chance to really push any of their buttons. And once that happens, the rest of the team fight is supposed to flow smoothly, and then, you go from target to target, just kind of killing everybody that's left. But if you go in and you enrage and you get clouded, you could very well deal 0 damage to the person that you go on.
That makes sense. So normally it might be, normally I might go enrage first so that I can get the cooldown back at some point after BKB. I could start the shorter cooldown running, maybe, but not if there are things that are going to make me ineffective in the fight, like the multitudes of disarm and mischance that they had.
Yes. All that stuff. Like the Enrage does give you status res, so it's actually really cool in games where they have, like, let's say, no disarms, no real saves, but they have a lot of stun. You can lead with Enrage because it might force them to use it on you, and it's going to be very, very ineffective, right? You're going to be taking no damage, and it's not going to last any time. And then afterwards, your team can follow you up, right? And then they have all these spells on CD, and then you can BKB and just run at them.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're kind of like dangling the low-hanging fruit that you are CCable to those that may not in the moment 100% realize that you have your ult on and that you are going to be reduced status vulnerable. That makes sense.
Yep.
And then if you look at the win chance graph, we had a really good laning phase. We got a lot of last hits. Did I end up dying in lane because I took the camp and then got deprived?
No, you were low HP for quite a long time, but you did not die.
Yeah, so that camp, that was a bad play, but we had a really good laning phase, and nonetheless, and I don't think we were dying a lot in the lane. But the game Dota Plus was still saying like, you guys need to be further ahead if you want to win a draft like this.
Gaben knows, man. Gaben knows the outdraft.
If we compare it to like last game, I had a worse laning phase, I think. You look at the graph. We were dire. Yeah, worse laning phase, and then yeah, Gaben knows the draft. I mean, this is a better draft. Morphling, AA, Timbersaw, Silencer, Ursa.
Yeah, that's a weird
Not
one,
a lot
actually.
of stunts.
Yeah, that's.
It
I was
is a
gonna
bit
say
weird.
The reason that I prefer to coach people on like general gameplay stuff and macro is because you're constantly as a one or a core. Let's just say a core. You're always gonna have to know how to do these things to create specific situations that occur in the game. And at the lower MMRs, people are going to fail to recognize that pushing a lane and forcing a TP is actually an opportunity, right? But as you climb and as you get more proficient at doing these moves, and let's say, you know, we had that one death top because we didn't notice they were chasing us. We had another death because we maybe didn't do the wave as quickly as we needed to. Like, let's say 3 to 5 seconds window where we did our move quicker. Neither of those deaths occur, right? And that stuff happens because of hesitation, and that's fine, right? Because you're not exactly sure. There's a million things to be thinking about. But as we get more smooth with our gameplay and we stop making like those small, you know, do I want to go this way? Do I want to go that way? The committal part is what's important. That's going to teach you to, you know, people say in Dota hesitation kills. It's true. I'm sure it's also true in like maybe RTS games, but this is like if you know what you're doing in advance and you're confident in your move, it will always work better, no matter what it is. Because you're committed to the idea that what you're doing is correct, and that's going to help you.